So, my people, a lot of people are talking about Soludo and insecurity in the Southeast, especially in Anambra right now. And people are saying that it's not that Soludo don't even know what to do, or he's not aware of what is happening, just because he is not honest. Because according to people, the last spade that he had, the way he talks and everything, so people realize that Soludo is aware of everything that is happening when it comes to insecurity, just that he is not honest about it. So this is reason why our brothers and sisters are gathering together to talk about it, because this is only one big problem that we have in the Southeast right now. And if Ndigbo refuse to wake up right now and do the needful, it's going to get worse. Like when people send some videos to you, like you get traumatized. Like yesterday, there's some videos and pictures a lot of people sent to me that what happened in Osu local government. I was so traumatized, which I'm not going to share it here on YouTube, because YouTube will not allow me for you guys to see what is happening in Igbo. My people, we are really in a big trouble right now. We are not talking about only Fulani herdsmen. We are talking about our brothers, Umunai, Negbu Onweha, because the story I'm hearing about that incident yesterday, if it's true, then we are in a big trouble. Honestly, just take a listen and hear everything they discuss in this particular video concerning insecurity in the Southeast. Can go around take on here because I know as if na akota alibo. Oburu nkoto, anyị nwachọrọ solution. Maka na ana ekpuchi ihe aka na ekpuchi aka ka aghara kwesa ka ndị ọzọ ghara ịnụ. Ọ ga na-amụba na-aga. Ihe anyị chọrọ solution ka ihe a na-eme n'ala Igbo ka ọ stop because all the very terrible. Just take a listen and hear everything they discuss about insecurity in the Southeast in this particular video.
Thank you so much. The issue with this tempuna, insecurity. A lot of people are too quick to politicize. They see it as, because you don't like this governor. But I don't think no one really that will come out and not appreciate any good work, especially standard work going on in Igbo. For instance, Imo State, how Hope Uzodimma emerged. But every now and then we talk about how he's actually building roads, standard quality road in Imo State. Accolade Lulia. I am a Jiro because okay, you are not my preferred, especially for me. I'm not speaking for anybody. Now, I brought my preferred candidate. Always if you name your own state will not acknowledge that Ndigbo, then something is wrong with me. Otu anno, probably people following me. Mba was not my candidate. But in Kobun on them, I appreciate you. Up to par. I criticize him. And I'm right to criticize anybody. Provided we have right to criticize you. We won't just be following you because you are the favorite. No. You will go to P2B. You may cannot drama, we criticize you. So, but issue of security, especially in Anambra State, I don't know what Anambra State, but the worst. Anambra State appears to be the worst right now in the whole of entire Southeast. Because today now, you can't go anywhere in Anambra State. You cannot. Even in Anambra State can attest to this. And whether you can't go anywhere, you can't come out. But I'm going to school. Then I go Luibo. Then I go Fia. Ipatana Anambra State, Kete Benina da Chako. Ijanabia State, and the man that got for their business. A whole Anambra State. But then, I on a timeline, just last week, another Isibo, Oduibo. Una Nazot Isibo, Ebunu security. What is Isibo without security? But like I said, I'm not exactly anyway, because that's not really something that should be bothering us. Or Isibo, Uibo. That's not really what we are interested in. If I knew Pope Webuna, open or Deganaka, if we're going to Anambra State, and we're higher chance than I get boogie. Or Deganaka, Umaka or Deganaka, and we're higher chance than I get boogie. And the worst, Bononia Nachi, Amara Mamasi, or maybe no, from this conversation, or not the clueless, or not the weak. Konona is he actually knows what he's doing, because maybe anyone on political undertone to this thing that we don't understand. Maybe name will reason you have to leave this thing to get so bad, then you can now come out and then turn it around. Maybe somehow. Maybe I'm not seeing it. We see things from different perspectives, right? Politically. Then before you can connect about the dots on why something is happening. But this one, what are you Soludo will never believe na Soludo but a professor of economics. Onya understanding about monetary and fiscal policies. So even our physical policies, a lot of things in place that could affect the economy. Onya a professor. And that's not just a trader. Onya a professor of economics. So we're expecting as we speak, in Anambra State, Ghana, that upper echelon economically. We're not there. Anambra State, I know the there self. You'll be a target. What is the issue? Is Soludo playing with us? Or is he just weak, clueless, or scared? I told him I go Mike because version A and version B of this conversation. So I get move. Lydia go Garcia because na Mike actually because I get when I can well because I couldn't really capture case where I got on a mic. But I think Lydia Garcia over Sabi then Mazi Aga. Lydia, are you here?
Yes, I am. Ekele m unu nwanne m. Ihe mwute na ihe na-eme na be anyị na n'Igbo niile, a whole lot na-aga on. And Nigeria, no all over the world. Ọgwụgwọ na onye ahụ o metụbeghị ya direct. O nwetụgo onye o metụtara. Mụnwa directly o metụgo m. Ala m Nigeria last 2 years. In fact, abịa bụrụ ha m. Asị ndị be anyị mbụ ihe achọghị m ịkpọwa afa because ama m ndị nọ ebe a na-ege ntị. Ndị unknown a ịghọtara. So abịafa bụrụ m. And adịkwa m ime nwa 6 months oge ahụ. Ebulu fa m gbawa ebe asọnwụ Mother Valley ha. Ịmana mee m akaja oyibo tụwa m. Ọwụrụ ya ama m ihe m si m mere ọwụ na ha kpọrọ afọ ego. So ama m ihe m gabigara the trauma. Nke ị ga-ama you can imagine the trauma m gabigara n'ụzọ nwa 6 months nwa anwụọ m n'afọ. Thank God apụtala m na ndụ mana that trauma ka nọ m n'ime. Ife na-eme na be anyị na Anambra ma n'Imo steeti ma m some parts ọwụghị Anambra niile ọwụkwa n'Imo steeti na o nwere some parts na-agabigakwa n'ihe a. No, egwu nọ n'obodo and ala Igbo anyị some part of ala Igbo anyị anwụgo ọbara. Aga m asịkwanụ na Soludo amara ihe ọ ga-eme. Ndị ụfọdụ nwoke ahụ mmadụ ka ọ nwụkwa isi na-ejukwa ya ka o si eju anyị. Nye nwakwana mgba mbọ I'm not a politician, a medical doctor. So nyanwa na onwe ya nwere ike na-agbalịkwanụ otu oshi mana ịmara na ama m ndị na-sponsor ndị a ama m ndị na-sponsor fa the more na-ahapụ fa the more na-akazi njọ na-adị worst. Akwa na ụbọchị last week ka ụbọchị ka m nụrụ asị enwere masaka na Ihiala ndị lara burial ndị a na ụmụazị a ga-agba ihe agbara gbagbusie ndị agbagburu. O nwere ndị lọtaranụ for that funeral. O nwekwa ndị na-alọtabe for a long time ibido ha filo na obodo adịtụgo mma ha sị ka ha laruo no matter the security ndị a nwere ike iji ihe dịrịgote gị n'aka inwegoro ụmụ ihe a na-ebu n'aka. Amaghị m ka ndị a si eme ife a ha na-eme. So ọ dị too much. Amaghị m na ka ndị gọọmenti ka ga-eshinye n'aka people anwụgo people nwụrụ na-akaligo ọwụ ndị na-eburu ndị mmadụ gaa nara ego ọwụ ndị na-eburu ndị ga-eburu gaa agbagbu asị a na-azọ ihe a na-azọ. Achọghị m ịkpọwa okwu afa ebe a nwee ike ghọtakwa ihe m na-ekwu. Mụnwa wụ direct victim ka m wee agaala m ebe ahụ asọ ebe ahụ ndị ahụ dọ garuo n'isi mmiri jiri anya m abụọ fụ ndị a nwaanyị ka m wụ awụ m politician ka m ji eri ego gọọmenti anọtụbeghị m na mana afụfụ ntara ebe ahụ ọ ka na-erute nwarịrị till tomorrow 26th of this month last year ka ihe ahụ mere m this month anyị nọ n'ime ya 26th ga-eme ya 1 year ihe a mere m lụzuru nwa 6 months because of the trauma of ihe m gabigara. So onwe ebe dị safe onye na-anụ ụlọ chụrụ ume n'aka mgbe ma nke ị ga-aja m n'ụzọ ị narụ ị ga-anahụ na kpuchie anya gị nahụ na obi dị gị mma si larụrụ ụlọ onye ọbụla nọ n'egwu onye ọbụla nọrọ n'ụjọ because ị mara ebe ndị a si abịa ị mara bụ gọvanọ Imo steeti enye nwakwanụ mụkwanụ na-agbakwa mbọ nke ya na-ewetakwa security na-achịta na ndị akpọrọ ndị ebubo agụ ndị mụ a na-achịta ka ndị asị ụmụnne anyị fọrọkwa m ha si ụmụnne anyị because ị ga-akpọ n'onwe gị ụmụnne anyị na-egbu nwanne gị si n'azọ ihe ọwa ha si ha n'azọ a na-akpọ ha ụmụnne anyị ụmụ Chukwu ma m ife ihe na-enye these people the moral no matter the effort ndị na-achị anyị a gọvanọs anyị a na-eput kwanụ ọ na-akpụ that is it na-agbajisi ha aka ọ na-agbajizi ha aka amamụ ka ọwụ in fact amamụ ọnwụrụ ndị nọ ebe a na-ege n'anyị ntị na-ege sonye aka amanụ m ihe ọwụ ha na-achọ n'ihe ọwụ enyere ha ihe ọwụ aka udo were dị ka ha ghara ịgbagbusi ndị a na-agbagbuzi bikos mụnwa akelere m Chukwunna na m pụtara na-ekwu ihe anụ m ya asa amụrụ m nwa ya karịa ịma ebe eburu m buru m gbadawa ebe ọwasị Border Valley mee m akaja bikos afụgo m vidio o nwere oge m fụrụ vidio nwaanyị Igbo kwa ofu ndị a gbagburu bere ya ọtụ private part I'm sorry to say bere ya ndị ebere egwu na-atụ m na ihe ụta ka m ga-eshi gaa na nwa m ọgwụ mbụ n'afọ ka ha ga mana thank God oge ha kpọrọ m ga elecha ihe ha lere agbachara afa n'isi m ka ha mara na awụ m onye politician ha afụkwa na onwe nke mbụ nwere release ya m mpụta ma that trauma ka nọ m n'ime tinye tomorrow m na-ekwu okwu so ya ka m na-ayọ na maazị m Soludo ka ọwụ any part of Easte anyị ka onye ma ọhịa ọ ga-eme ka udo were dị ka ala Igbo anyị dị mma ka ndị mmadụ na-alata n'ụlọ onwe egwu na-atụzi ndị mmadụ ọhụkwa ka ọ ha m n'ọnụ ụmụnne m demena.
Lydia, thank you for coming out openly because I can only imagine what you are going through. Bob mentioned the issue of kidnapping and insecurity because also Sonia, I'm not gonna miss you a call for you to know what this thing feels like. Okay, moto gabe by moto keta, monibu moto you drive down to your village freely. Above nature legion, mada pusiroge. Umaka baragaka. You need to stay with people that go through this thing for you to understand what it feels like. The reason we need to be speaking against this thing and government needs to do something about it. They are invisible because after God or government, if after God or government, and the government open saying and they non-state actors are calling and they is that they are using them, those non-state actors, for their political gain, or is just something that and we're something naga behind, because open for us to be calling out victims to come and confess here and state, we won't go here. I am Anna here, because the truth, Buna, the more we talk about these things, the government hears it. Amara mo Soludo no sianya. Because I know he's here. Open under here, he's an informant. They will be here to tell him, well, this is what they are talking about today. Not Twitter. They've been talking about you for the past couple of days since you made that statement. Then what is it doing? I will now start talking about come and invest in Anambra. Then I can never encourage you to do it. Because what if you were the it's more like you go just if your lessons go you Diego. Or maybe you are doing something personal for yourself, then that's fine. But in terms of coming back now to invest something, Anambra State a place I would encourage you, I will ever talk about until they were an improvement in the Basalo security of Anambra State. We can't say then we get anything. The governor is not even making a bold statement that Anambra State is not for you. Instead, what he's saying is that, oh, now, Ejo Budundos, a kidnap and there's another 50,000. What does that mean? What do in a check banketa or they Anambra State, baby, what place you want to come and bring your money to? No. Opening a guy into because maybe some people followed me for issue of investment I talk about. Anambra State I brought the place now. Open your private stuff, that's fine. Go ahead and do your private, but open if for basali investment. Open Anambra State. maka na ụmụaka akpara gị aka ma ya bụ ego iji weta ime investment o ma nke iji eli nri o ma nke ya anata friends a ga-analụ gị ya. Imagine somebody ebulu, somebody nata anụ, I don't want to menyere full detail, somebody na that of our idemmili bata na kwesị ikwu ozu na this January, this week here now, ebulu the boy ọ bata akwa papa ya, if I na request the boy aka ji na 500 million 500 million kedu ebe ọ ga-esi bute ya maka na anọ na the boy si esi wee bata na ọ bịala ịkwa papa ya. So papa nọ na mortuary, nwa nọ n'aka ndị ntọ, ndị uwe ojii ma gọọmenti nwere idea. How did we get or Soludo or ụjọ na-atụ ya to actually make a step? Let's move the mic. Oversabi, ọ bụ na ịgasa kamazi ezokega. Oversabi travel. Oversabi travels, yes. Are you here?
Good morning. Yeah, good morning, my people. I'm just happy to be here this morning to talk about insecurity in Anambra State because, to be honest, honestly, no met today, yeah. Because now I met there directly in Equity, I met here. As na okay, no. So I think 19 share in common interest. Although I feel there are some people that are also related to the governor or they are close to the governor and they have talk. Man, it doesn't mean that people will not speak up. And to be honest, in so many ways, I lived in Oka before I was forced out of Oka because of insecurity. I am from the Ihiala side, which is one of the local government that is still seriously under the bondage of insecurity. And the last space governor met, I was there. I think Uche was there as well. I was so ashamed when the governor was like saying like he was having full details of ENL and Ihiala and how he knows that these people have actually cut off a road and so many things. I'm like, so you mean when a governor about these things? Why then? But I don't know anything on me. Yes, he's building roads, but then, as like so many of you have already said, now as an economist, there are some basic things that you should provide for you to even attract the so-called investors you want them to come to Anambra State. Insecurity is primary. And I won't be anything like, I won't be anything. I know, but as I launch insecurity outfit in January. Why did you have to wait for a long time before a season launch a political a security outfit? It's so laughable, and I'm just using my voice, and I believe every other person here that had the interests of Anambra State at heart is also using their voice to speak to the governor and appeal. Because sometimes when you hear so make this, you start connecting some dots. Ejubasi is like an maybe our governor is connected to the federal, is connected to the vice president who is connected to part of insecurity in and what. So probably they want to replicate what happened in Borno State, in Anambra State, to cause confusion in the state for whatever political reasons they have. This is a theory. I'm not trying to conclude that's the issue. Maybe the governor is also using part of Egoni and realize from this kidnapping thing. Because to an extent, you start believing that maybe he's complicit in it. I'm sorry to say these things, but he's giving us no choice to conclude some of these things. To the extent, the other time, a court clash happened in Ndigbo, just right in front of the governor's house. And since then, somebody they were proactive, or somebody they reactive. By now, something must have been done about insecurity in at least Oka. Something must have been done about insecurity in the local government, Ihiala. Before governor came into state, he came into power, insecurity was like top notch, like to the extent that during his campaign, some political, some policemen were killed. So many cases of attacks, even in Ihiala, like he also said, a governor's convoy was also attacked by Aneje Eyaleme campaign. Ihiala was only placed Emero election on the DMR election. Yet, what have you done to rescue this local government? What have you done? Nothing. Just recently, this Christmas period, like so many, like Uche also said, people were killed. Even I watched Father Ebube Monson's homily the other day. He also outlined these things And I'm like, does it mean I think I'm beginning to like believe in Ahab or something that is being done intentionally because he's leaving me no choice than to conclude. But what I'm just pleading is let's not just give up. Let's keep pressuring the government. People that have his contact, people that are close to him, should at least appeal. Whatever also they are doing way in a little because you are connected to him, because only in the contract, because it's at least, if not for anything, consider other people. And what that one day governor will step aside, either him really and that you believe that that's why you cannot tell him the truth, that you cannot advise him, that you cannot actually implement some security measures that will fix this our state and make our people that have run away, probably people that don't even want to come back again, to at least kind of buy Anambra because we have no other state to call our own. Thank you for watching, Emily. Thank you, Uche, Anambra person, and every other person that are participating or that are organizing this. I really appreciate you guys, and I pray that this time that we'll be able to rescue our state from these hoodlums.
All right, Wanda, thank you so much. Mazi, it's okay.
Yeah, watching the mellow.
Good morning, Daniel.
Onye ọbụla happy new year. Na amara m ebe m ma ebido na ọ bụrụ na mbụ awụrọ na mmiri ju mgbe ọnụ. Ka m bido kene na ndị mma akpọ irats that take joy in insulting anybody na-ekwu maka insecurity na was their state. O nwere video as na Anambra new media or whatever shared. I say somebody Ojiako, they celebrated something and that everybody, when you comment there, for people that will attack you, you people are giving the state a bad name, there is peace here. When are you become? Go on your na that video again. Then can we for the amount of security men no at that event? Igwa mo ihe onye ọbụla ga-emenwu. I am the danger of na etu amụ na anyị nọ na nwa Chinemelu si na onye ọbụla nwere aka. Let me gbapịake n'okwu ahụ ọnụ. It means na onye ọbụla nwere ego ịgota moto okwu ịnọ, you are a candidate of kidnap na Anambra State. Na inwe moto SUV, any saloon, paint ya dị ka ọ na-acha acha, ịgbafee n'ụzọ, you are attracted to criminals. I mean, how do we live in this place like this? Over a year now, I haven't brought out my power bike because I want to stay alive. Over a year, Anambra Bennam. I have a car. Mpake motom na Port Harcourt. Not Anambra, nwe keke na akpagale biko no munne ma ondo de ha. I want to project Anambra State. I stay in my place. I want to show people how Anambra di, how good are they. Mana kedesi nke na nwoke ga-eze, there are two extremes. Either na ị na-ezo ezo were abalị aga, welu keke aga, or ije chili routine of combined army, DSS and police. How much does that cost? Is everybody going to afford it? That is the new law and the new madness. Look, yesterday was Sunday. Yesterday merely 1 week. Let me give us, for Obro na mad prophet of doom, but this thing is getting out of hand. On a Sunday, on the 29th of December, in my community, isn't if it I go at Anambra State. Olugo na nke abata be mmadụ bịa kọwa aka jụa kedu onye nọ etu a asị na odogwu anọrọ ya. 3 people nọ na di ụnọ ebulufa pụta n'ụzọ because as na ometu isi ometu agụba ebulu ezu onye ọzọ dịka ebu konkwụ. My cousins na-achị drive out, just came back from the church ka ha je bute ihe n'afịa. That's just like that. Ebulu ha mmadụ ịtọ. And the family for 3 days, no contact, everybody was in utter confusion. I pray let nobody be this victim because the trauma is immense. Olombo Maazikbo. You just look at cucumbers and carrots. Oh, no, yeah, water 30 billion. American mistake. 30 as in KB. Because where's you offer or state budget guy, no. And before I now go here, sadly, immoral ni ha game. Banking app niile dị na phone gị ihe ha ji agbachi nkịtị for 3 days na ụmụazị ya ewujide good phone gị wee were agaba university. Every single effing app dị na your phone I got through it. All your banking or your email or your text messages wee welugodi wee na efu ego na account gị etu aka esi na transfer go there. Can imagine mmadụ 6 ebutere n'Ezinifte that day. Mmadụ 4 na ụmụ uchu the same day. Etu aka esi wee mebigide ihe niile awe. So cumulatively you're looking at over 100 million case good wipe out na account ndị mmadụ. Their crime bụ na ha nata be nna ha ka ha bịa gba Christmas. 2 of those 24 year old, the other one 22. Na gịnị mezin ka anyị ka ji wee losing ụdị ya? Now you get involved in security agencies. Emepe ọnụ gị na-agwa na ịma na ka ihe a si wee dị na-emekwa nka ha akpọgo ngwa ntị kwebe n'ọnụ onye ka ihe agbakwulu ịgbakwulu ndị gụnwa na onwe gị che na enwe mmadụ ịgbakwulu ndị nọ na gọọmenti onye ọbụla agbachi gị nkịtị atrak Anambra a na-asị gị na n'ebe a na ndị a nọ n'oru mba onye ọbụla agbachi nkịtị. Olugodu mgbe anyị ga-ejizi aka anyị ọ bụrụ na ekidnapụ mmadụ ọ bụrụ na okpiri na igbogiri ka anyị ji anyị were chụba biko nọ okenye amakwa egwu a na alụrụ a na dị na ya. Many of people nọ here na anụ unu m aramezo ọkwa ezo ihe unu ga-ama bụ na many of you na-ekwu ihe a ma looking unu na ndị unu na-ekwu na ha na-abadmouth Anambra bụ ndị fụlụ Anambra steeti n'anya ana Igbo. I am an unapologetically Igboist. Abụ m onye Anambra. I have no apology about that. But na mmadụ ha ya nọzi bịa nọpịa mkpụrụ ife dị nwe ihe ha na-ekwu during the election 3 years ago. Many of us thinking that when we talk about regional development, they need someone who is going to be in the mode of MI. But that is my argument then. To come in and not only help Anambra State, but to help stabilize the whole Southeast. Mana wezianu na ila igweze. Kai wolu na ila igweze ayo ọnụ. Ona bụ ya bụ ife bụ ihe na-eme kịta. Ona bụ that MI ọkpara ka anyị nweta. Kedu nke bụ na mmadụ ga-anọ bịa abịa buli gị a na-ekwe gị ọnụ emekwa mgbe a na-achụ ohu a na-ekwe mmadụ ọnụ ka a na-ekwe crayfish from 30 billion. Okay, ngwa wetazie half a billion. That's, just for you to be alive, helpless over a week. A na-ekwe ọnụ akpọkwa ya ị na-asị ititara akịkwa na mba na-asị na-ekwe n'ebe ndị gị na ha na-ekwu ihe anọ. Everybody appears helpless. Ka njikwa n'ọzọ ọ bụ nwa Mgbeke ejula amaghị akpụ isi ka ọ bụ agụba ajụla adịghị nkọ. When this continues and continues to linger, it leaves one question. Soludo onwe ife ma ya amaghị. Because conspiracy is beginning to build. It's either that now the governor is being threatened or that there is something else, because this is somebody go akwụkwọ nwee international exposure nwee ezinụlọ in an international place that na ọ bụrụ na ọ bata bịa ebe obi n'obodo oyibo he can walk the street o nwere onye ga-aghara ya. Ama na security abụrụ sọsọ ọlụ gọvanọ na ọlụ gọọmenti. Security bụ oke na ọlụ anyị. Communities na-aha bụ ndị a ebe emegasị na ihe ndị anụnwa ụmụazị anụnwa na-aga should speak up. Mana ọ na community speak cha up ha eji aka ha je. Ama m about 2 communities n'ebe na-esi n'ihe ala contributed money ka ha wee chụba ha. Their counterpart from the government to be enemies. And I've said this in one of the videos I made, and I addressed it to the Southeast governors, and especially to Soludo. I mentioned the community. Kedu ka gọvanọ ga-eji wee sizi na onwe ihe steeti ga-eme n'ọbụrụ na obodo chọọ ha weta ego niile a ga-eji wee mịa wee jụọ biko security vote anyị ejebe ebe obodo dị ready and they were willing ka ha weta. Ọ ga-abụ onwe ka esi chụpụ ụmụazị ya ndị ahụ ha ga-akpọtazi ka anọchie. Mana onye ijikwa m n'uche okenye asịkwa na onye lele enwegolu mọnke na ihe ntụkwu ka nọkwa biya. Nke a abụghị blame game. The question now bụ kedu ka anyị ga-esi kwụsịnwu ihe a solution. Okpu ndị niile na-alụ na gọọmenti house onye nke fụrụ asị gị Soludo solution. Now solution nke m bụ a sị na agadi nwaanyị danda na-abụ ọgwụọ ihe o bụ n'okpo ọnụ olugo mgbe anyị agụ ihe anyị bụ n'ụkpa maka na eme enume a na ebulu gị ndị bụrụ gị bụ ụmụnne gị maka na ị ka na-imagine ịbata be mmadụ wee jụọ afa and o nwere ndị nọ n'fụsịa ihe na-emenụ jụọ kedu onye dị n'ọnọkwu ya. Onwere asụsụ ọzọ asụ n'arụ Igbo and onwere asụsụ ọzọ asụ Igbo nwa asụ ya jitọkwa aka n'ọkụ Igbo ka bụkwa around us ka asụ wee bụrụ mmadụ ebe ebu gị n'ọlụ Igbo ka a na-asụ. Ụfọdụ n'ime anyị kwa nke ha rụzi gọọmenti pụta ha na-agwa gị nọ ndị a na-eme ya ndị nke asarị dọkwụgbọ na-eme nke a ihe niile a bụ akụkọ ịkọja. Na kedu ka mmiri si baa n'opi ụgbọgụrụ ga-eme na onye na-achị anyị bụ gọvanọ anyị ọ dịka ekechiri aka azụ. Something is not right. Ya nwaji ọnụ ya wee kwuo na ndị a bụrụ unknown gunmen na ha bụ known gunmen meaning na ama ndị ha bụ. Ọ bụrụ na ama ndị ha bụ gịnị ji nkịta ọnwụ? Solution anyị nwere ike isi ka anyị ka anụ kachie. Ọ bụrụ na ụmụazị ya na-eme ihe a ka anyị sị ha because when I look at it ndị na-eme na Anambra State adịghọ mma. In fact, the whole Igbo niile elu 1,000. If you dedicate 10 million for amnesty, it's about 10 billion for 1,000 people. So it's no money. Oluhoki ha na-lose on a Monday, talk less of this incessant killing now. Gwanum nwatakịrị si Lagos wee nata onye dị 22, dị 24. Wee bulie on 12 days n'ime ọhịa ebe ebria wee banye olu echi isi abanye moto kwụ nna ọ ya asịkwa be nna gị unu gbukwa unu di ya. Because he won't. The trauma has gone to the siblings. How long would it take for that person to come out of that trauma to even begin in his lifetime to set foot on that place? I will know no lugum benayabu akachie na ga-enye amnesty. I know it will not be palatable to many, but at least imogo onwebo ya bụ jokatazia. You know, you are so confused and you're basically looking for a solution. And part of my own solution, Gabo, if need be, na ga akachi, owu no yonye pota, enye say a training, enye 10 million, ko we bido, iha e train ya to do. Ndin cause, oblu no na yesi nenu we wepu be mmadu, sisi nenu we wepu mmadu. When you ebulu no ga, ebulu mmadu ga ni mafia. And I hear this and it's laughable. Oh, na okotokofia di no rumba, okotokofia di ni here, no more okotokofia deba. Who is muted? Omoro okotokofia deba. In Macbeth, it is the eyes of the it is the eye of the child that fears the painted devil. Iwelu drone gbago n'enu ma na ihe ahụ ikwu n'ana na-enene as osisi n'ụwa ọfịa ka ọ bụ nwere ife ọ bụ nwere every damn thing dị ebe a ma mfunwu. So gịnị ji nkịta ọnwụ? And I must make this public that I'm so disappointed that na so-called thing they promise na a ga-eme ka we wetu udo na Anambra. We are thinking no way only for them to come and tell us we will be launching future tents. Or the kwa ebe some certain parties na-ekwe nkwa. future tense anyị ga-eme. Onye na-abụdo ọchị ịchụ onye ori n'ọbịa ọsọ jee deeli ya leta na mma mbosi detu na mma abịa. Again, if you think about it deeper, it fits into the title of what Nwachinamere gives this space today. Scared or clueless. Why would you do that? Almost 6 weeks notice. That mbosi detu anyị ga-abịa. Ka mboto na anyị ga-eme nke. Why couldn't you do it? Take them by surprise. Where is the element of surprise? How can it be that na the state, Anambra state, and or governor in his own statistic quote, don't quote me, no, I quote, Ebenwolu, the largest billionaires in per square kilometer. Yet, two extremes, either na Ibundi Army, police, na DSS. Gun truck for the new creature na my state. Na I need a gun truck. Moko ya na-akpọ gun truck ebulu n'amị ndị amị ebulu truck Hilux ebulu si egbe bịa kwụrụ. I mean, we didn't grow up like this now. On na-agbawa obi.
Okay,
On na-agbawa obi.
Ask you this question so I can wake around that up with it. Do you think now it is time to start advocating for people to be armed? Let me give you a reason for that question. Because it appears that Obiadeka, the only people that have arms are more like the arms not in the hands of the criminals. People that are doing well wear arms in their homes, right? In their homes or in their possession. But the number out there, the two insignificant when compared to the ones not in the hand of criminals. Because onye ọbụla bi obodo ebe, especially ndị beside there and people in America, almost everybody will able here, and people are respecting themselves. You don't know, you can't break into my house because in Marona, by the time you break it through my window, and we can brain. So everybody now respect on where road rage. You can't just stop anybody on the road now. I can't be driving now. If nobody from nowhere, you just come and block me, same come down to kidnap me. You don't. So, using that example, do you think, because it might only be part of this conversation, but solution, right? So do you think not something we need to actually start advocating for? Although our government is not protecting us and not able to really protect us, is it an angle that well-meaning people that have good health on their shoulder should start really looking into? Because it appears most times, and are helpless. You will just come in freely thinking that government is there until a blue gate for the government is not really there and there's nothing you can do. So just give us your thoughts. Can we move where the
Ihe manji where say can name advocate go na buberba. It's very simple. I'll give us an example. Chika Akunyelu died. Dr. Chika, Professor Chika Akunyelu died because Nobu, one police orderly. Now, if you must be armed, you must be crazily armed with the situation I am on there now. How many rounds go give you overpowered? Because in the in that team, when they bu AK, when they bu pump. So everybody target. Sorry. So it's your own amambo a match too. And afro kono monye Miss America, not afro monye gabo naga ubu AK bagali. So that is the danger. It's just like it's the equivalent of Oji police snap. The level line on now, Oji police snap Ejokwa security. Is as good as, in fact, don't even expose yourself. Or banner shootout. And that banner shootout, you cannot. So in rounding up here, my thing, I wouldn't necessarily advocate for that because it may lead into more casualties. And at the same time, na kuku kanku nke America bụ na ọ bụrụ na mmadụ ga-abata be gị nwoke anọghị ka ọ ya anọ because mmadụ chọpụ ịbata be gị ịmaka actually take cover and deal with the threat. But ị na-aga n'ụzọ nwanne m ị ga na-anya moto na-agba egbe Igbo Django. If na ya bive no osike. Therefore, my suggestion, Gab, like I said before, let us see how we can reduce the number drastically. Kedu ihe nwe ike entice mu? Some people nwe ike na they were caught out in the web, in this web of this mess. Okay, name me head it will reduce number. Maluze to yes, kubeze to yes, will deal with the rest of the distance. But now the truth, Buna, like you said at the beginning, Ibatana Southeast now. You look at how Mba talks, and he walks the talk. Apart from incidents and in Soka, which I believe in the next couple of days, serious address will come to that. You can. I mean, I now feel safe to go and stay in Enugu. You drive my car in Enugu, use keke without even blinking an eyelid. The same thing I cannot do in my own state. I mean, it's absurd. So the governor has to sit up. Thank you. On this note, I yield.
All right. I have one more question, but I will come back to you. So don't go. Kajeto, and when you go like it, then I will circle back to you. If I can come, are you here?
What's your name, Dalo? Good morning. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Obadia, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
If I am a wofu.
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Mr. I am the phone.
Okay, man, network. Okay, let me fix it.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Afambo Ifeanyi Chukwandai Ekenemu onye obuna Happy New Year. Nkonye Chikwalo Nyazelu. I'm going to stand on the existing protocols and I will try to be as brief as possible. But before then, let me ask my friend Dimolaju, we are having a conversation and he asked me a question. Awesome, Ifeanyi. Ibulonye police every now and then. More Ibulonye police army more DSS. Every now and then, Ibulu gibata ni Igbo. Co-working a mansion. Nyego ezibo good quality food. Bugina ezibo Prado na Hilux. Na G-Wagon ezibo AC ekuogi for 2 weeks. Ili ezibo nni. Possibly nyuwa nwa Igbo ebunyege nyuwa. Then after 2 weeks, he asked me a question. If you are a policeman or a security man, will you want insecurity to end in our Igbo? I don't want to dwell in Anambra, but let me narrow it down to Anambra. Problem I know is I love beginning conversations from the beginning. I didn't like a jump in a titty. And my question is, kedihe butelu insecurity in Anambra State? Kedebo we bido. How did we get here? Kediha megidelu we no deba no tata. If we can be able to identify those things, then that is when we begin to ask if Soludo is weak, scared, or clueless. One of the things butele manamam na ihe so we bute problem I know na Anambra today is that okwasi no wealth without work or wealth without anything. A lot of persons within our community are rich without us knowing the source of their wealth. And every now and then, we come together and celebrate them. Ụfọdụ n'ime anyị ma na ihe onye a na-eme crime. A lot of us knows about this. Ndị ahụ ka fada na-akpọlụ akpọgote n'iru n'ụka. Ha nwa na-anọ n'isi na bazaar. Ha nwa na-anọ n'isi na ụmụnna. Ha nwa bụ ihe na-eke akpa rice every December. Then ndị na-etonite na-ene ha anya, everybody aspires to be like them so that they can be celebrated the next Christmas, and it is making them to venture into anything that will make them to be celebrated. Nejinka iche one. Kekwana ihe anyị ga-eme as a people before anyị nebe anya na government. Ihe anyị ga-eme as a people is to first of all go back to our families and begin to identify ndị na-eme ihe ọjọọ n'ime anyị and begin to call them out. Anyị ma ha, ndị a na-eme kidnapping anyị ma ha, we know them. Onye nwanne na-eme kidnapping nwere ike mụ ya ama na anyị ma. Onye nwanne nwoke na-ezu ori nwere ike ndị obodo ama na mana anyị ma, ndị obodo ma. If you think I'm lying, go to your village. Chotagodo onye okada ma jee n'ọdụ nkwụ. Gị na ha kpa nkata 2 days. They will tell you everything about ndị niile nọ n'obodo amụ ihe ha na-eme. Then anyị n'ụmalụ na nwanne anyị ma ikwu na ibe anyị na-eme ihe a. What are we doing? Security is not left for government alone. Nne na nna kịta, like na street ebe m bibu before, a guy of 14, 15 years golumia Lexus 330 RX. Ọ bụ RX nke ka ya kpọrọ mmịa kpọrọ ọka kwụọrọ ụgwọ flat mmịa na bọọlụ mmịa bụrụ moto batazie na street ọ sị na nwa ya na-eme ọfụma mana mụnwa na onye ọbụla ma ihe nwa ya na-eme. How then do we identify, how then do we tackle it up before we start looking at government? Family values has degraded. Onwerozi mma na abalụ nwa ya mba mmụọ ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka nwa ya dị ka nwa nebịa. So nwa ya mee ihe ọbụla nwa nebịa na-eme and become successful, the mother, the father, the family accepts the child. There is one popular transporter in Anambra State, I will mention his name. Okpatala ego, very rich. I will tell the story. Onye ọbụla nweziri uche jee chekie. One period n'ugwu Asike ka block this man. Gbagbuo ọdalie, gbagbuo drive ya, gbaa the motor pieces. Everybody nọ na-ebe akwa na-egbugo the man. Could you believe n'elu na bie ọbụna the man yi boxers na-akpagharị na compound ya mgbe a bịara ịgwa mpịa? I want to pick something from this story. What happened is that when that guy picked that money, mpịa ṅụrụ iyi na ọma mbi n'unye na ọma ndị egie, he will not touch his money. Mpịa adagidere ogbenye wee nwụọ while his son is a billionaire. That is a true father. Ọ kwụsịrị nwa ime ihe ọ na-eme ba na eluigwe n'ụwa gbalụ mpịa aka ebe na orire ego mpịa because orire ego nwa because ọ na-suspect na ego nwa ya akpala adịrị ọcha. This same man ka diọkpala ya tetele ụla one morning pụọ, the boy anatabere ruo tata, and because of that the father refused to have anything to do with the son's wealth. How many families ka ị ga-abata kịta if ebe mpaju nọ ya eri ego nwa ya because mpịa sị na ya marọ ka nwa ya si kpata ego? Ihe anyị nọ kịta bụ ndị mma anyị cha ebutere. So when we talk about insecurity, it boils down to our family and not just government, because ndị a na-eme kidnapping if your cousin na-ezu ori, onye ọbụla na space ya cousin ya bụ onye ori ma na cousin ya na-ezu ori. That is another thing. Then coming to government, because ihe niile bụ batch by batch. Coming to government, you can quote me anywhere. Soludo is not honest on security in Anambra State. Or they're not honest about it. It's the simple truth. Anywhere that I will believe you now. Soludo is honest about tackling security. I will give you an instance. When we talk about insecurity, we are talking about lives and properties. Kidnapping, insecurity involves a lot. Let me give you an instance. Government awarded a contract of a plaza or chanja and gave it to somebody. And now the plaza uno collapse or it is insecurity. Lives and properties were lost. Well, water at Amona Gino over 1 year. Anambra State government has not mentioned the name of the contractor, the contract, and that contractor may have been awarded another contract. Till today, Amona Gino, Anyamara for the contractor, Anyamara Onyobu, Mana government tinye contract segena hamaro. Only did the contract. How many months or how many years now? We don't know about it. Nobody was arrested. Nobody was prosecuted. Nobody was jailed for that. As I'm talking to you now, Alwapaga another plaza. Now that collapsed one. Now that in Keba, that spot in collapse. Ebidukogo project Ozonia. Likewise, DMGS.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
I am serious. Right now, DMGS, nobody was arrested, nobody was jailed, nobody was prosecuted. It is insecurity. Okay, one period can we problem no bogu. Ase no ndi akodo bihe balegbe. But was somebody ni ma bogu. As I'm talking to you today, nobody was arrested, nobody was prosecuted, nobody was jailed. It is insecurity. And don't the government be here, nobody was held accountable. Accountable Look at what happened at Ndigbo. Somebody mentioned it. Less than 2 minutes drive from Governor's Lodge. Less than 2 minutes drive from Force Headquarters. Less than 2 minutes drive from DSS Headquarters. Less than 2 minutes drive from Prison Oka. Away with more than 30 minutes. Nobody responded. And you tell me government is not aware. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. You're not honest about it. Ojeba, my ekechi na uko. Ibure ebe buru up to madu 6 or 7 or 10 na community. My onu, they happy. You didn't place any bounty. You didn't place any ransom on Ndaho. Then after a few weeks later, boy abana namkwele, abana Po Junction, abana Figwe, abana na Nuko, made everything. Not even a single comment from Anambra state government. Well, today nothing happened. On go Jenny Hiala. Corporate place a bounty of 10 million. What happens to the previous ones? As I'm talking to you, the House member representing Onitsha North in the State House of Assembly is still kidnapped. Not even a single statement from Anambra state government. So what are we saying? Government will yes. We are talking about government now, and I'm trying to tell you that insecurity, Soludo they're weak, no, they're honest. He's not weak, he's not scared, he's not clueless, or they're serious. And I will tell a story. I will tell when Basimkune Demina tweet him, it was Bugatti that challenged me, where's him? No, other Tony on a government. But I will tell you a story. Mbane me bidding for Ilod Pete, Aburu. Mbane le Pete. One of my cousins who were Joka. Niru Women Development Center, Dorakuri Women Development Center. One Dibian on Imemutu. Na-esi ite anwụrụ na-akwụ, as in I'm telling you the honest truth, enwe witness, na-esi ite anwụrụ na-akwụ while Soludo na ndị ọzọ nọ n'ime na-eme bidding. Onye nwe problem bụ onye si na ọgwụ adịrọ. That is what my cousin told me. Na onye si na ọgwụ adịrọ na ọgwụ jide onye a na ọ na-adị very terrible. So now what I'm saying is this. Eleta that pit. Let me tell you something. Eleta that pit. Ndị agburu bido ọlụ. And I'll be asking that question. Soludo chichali to next government return those boys. Kedu ni ihu nuche ndaho ga na-eme. Kedu agboro niile Peter Obi ji lụọ ọrụ kedu ebe ha nọ. Ndị agboro niile Obiano ji lụọ ọrụ kedu ebe ha nọ. Ndị agboro niile Soludo ji alụ ọrụ, where will they be at the end of the day? Afụnbekwa m onye rugidere agboro kwụsị, ọ bụ na ifunugo gwa m, agboro adịghịkwa eme business. Aburo know they do business. So even as I'm talking to you, we are breeding the next generation of people that will cause insecurity in Anambra state through Ndakodo, Ndatuma, Ndocha brigade. When government doesn't retain them, what do you think those men will be doing? What is the guarantee that Soludo chichali to that somebody it is that government in Abatan, because Soludo but change the whole aburu ndaburu ni na hidi za na main road asekwa no ha na ezuri mana kedebe hano. Where are they? Hanos in a main road, Hanos in a street. Where are they? So back to what we are saying, government in a help, they breed the next generation of thieves and the next generation of people that will be causing insecurity in Anambra state. Let me take you to Oka. Insecurity in Oka is caused by cult related, and I will tell you why. During Obiano stem, a change in Anaka revenue, Obuno Munyan on Anambra state, my name in Anambra state, quote me anywhere. This is an open space. And we can put but I quote it. Na uzubo will you be no change from one particular person na nabu revenue noka to the next person. Ka ebido will be cut clashes noka. And it has never stopped today because they move from one family of cult to the next. Insecurity and cult issue noka we ebido nkucha go and verify. So you find out that in as much as some of these things are not complaining, but government be in some cases and in some scenarios, and it is not going to stop anytime soon because government of today is not honest. Government of today is not honest about it. And let me give you another reason. My governor Jelu now install CCTV n'ime ahịa. Etu afia mpọ dị. I install CCTV n'ime ahịa, leaving the roads ekwesịrị install CCTV je n'ime ahịa na install CCTV. Kedu ihe CCTV na-eme n'ime ahịa when our roads are unsafe? We have the Solution Innovation District, which is supposed to be leading in tech in Anambra State. We're going to one problem Solution Innovation District has solved in Anambra State. Are they not supposed to be leading us in tech and security measures and development that will be leading Anambra State in places where the eyes of man cannot reach? All the solar lamps, I said, these solar lamps should come with inbuilt cameras all the everywhere. Ịkpagharịa na villages kịta ndị mmadụ na-etinye CCTV camera, ha nọ na London, ha nọ na UK, any place ọbụla ha nọ na the world, especially ndị na-arụ ụlọ ọfụ. Enwere ụlọ ọfụ onye n'obodo oyibo na-alụ kịta ọ na-etinye CCTV camera to monitor ihe ndị ọrịa na-eme. If individuals can take such measures to protect chippings, sand, block and the engineer na-eme, what will it cost Anambra State government to install CCTV in whole major routes of Anambra State? And that is where I still tell you that now Soludo is not honest about security, insecurity in Anambra State. And in Kibazo, kidnapping ni na ono fulani emezi na Anambra State. Because ana be ekwu insecurity uche ndị mmadụ agbaje na kidnapping. Kidnapping a na-eme ọkwa ndị anyị na-akpọ ndị Yahoo boys na-emezie. Na nkwele ebe anyị nọ, ọkwa ndị Yahoo na-emezikwa kidnapping. Because how Jidegi has a car account. Somebody said it here. They'll first of all use the app. Zakore go ni na account. Mekori ihe ni ya. Obozikwa ndị na-agba egbe. Ha na-enwezi patch by patch and group by group. It is being done by our so-called Yahoo boys. Ha gwọ ha gwọtaro. Ha banye into kidnapping and demanding ransoms. So insecurity in Anambra State, for me, might not be ending anytime soon if we are being honest, because the government of the day is not honest about it. And this will only make it worse because Oboro Anora in Isi, Oboro Madune, Aguamon Nazo Governor Wino, na first thing game in Anambra is a 5,000 bed, first 100 days is a 5,000 capacity psychiatric hospital. Oh, he's a buzor because Ndara na Anambra Karinda. So you were able to know man every day can be na main road. So watching Emelu, this topic is good, but we actually need our government to come clean for us. I wrote a tweet last week where I was saying now this insecurity in Anambra is giving Imo State election time vibes, creating security around, and then everybody is weak. And funny enough, we as a people who know here, we can do little. Very high game. I keep saying it all the time. In terms of things that has to do with governance and security and the rest of it, there is little or nothing high game. Every box lies on the hands of the governor of the state. They say it is enough. If you see them here, it begs the question, if next government comes, Obunu retain Ronda, it's an onye 80 years. Onye 8 years will just go home and sit down. Mbahu je muafia, kombahu je muakolu, kombahu je more welder, ko je more babe. So in as much as there is insecurity now, I was in Orifite, very alum monkey years and hotel I lodge. 90% of the lodge in a hotel Bomaze less than 18 years. The security man was telling me, no how be here with the whole hotel the Orifite. No more the home as in alo. Machine Hananya, Unyobana neighbor Bonny Newi, Yama machine Anna Ponwa in Newi. The machine is almost 1 million plus, if not more than machine Anna Ponwa in Newi. That is the home as the Ananyepta machine. I'm not telling you Mazi the 20 years. They are all less than 18 years. Telling you the same age I was in Ozubulu yesterday, the same thing. Telling you that now the future is even looking worse for Alibo and Anambra State. Our family we have a whole lot in our hands, and government is not helping us. I support what Uche said. Government is not all about building roads. Onyelululo is not doing well as a governor. What about human capital on Anambra? How are we harnessing them? Because when you make people all these things will stop. And if Soludo stand up to stamp out insecurity in Anambra State, just like the last speaker said, actually is what camera and drone can actually capture. And if we go back to our different homes, begin to identify people on careless wealth without any source of income, and begin to call them out and begin to hold them accountable, insecurity will end. Insecurity adịkwalụ sọsọ government, ọ dịlị mụnwa, ọ dịlị gịnwa, ọ dịlị onye ọbụla n'ebe a. So we have to at least do our own bits, which I think some of us are doing, before looking at to government. Mana ọ bụrụkwa m insecurity a wit etu a Soludo, wit ọkpa Soludo ji, insecurity in Anambra is not ending anytime soon. Thank you very much, everybody.
Welcome to Shamras in News TV.